Alright, so this is my Trace app. It's a game for children to trace the letters of the alphabet. So you can see we have the title, the author, and description, my emoji, and two buttons that lead to a different screen. You can try with A, click A, and a big letter A pops up. Pick a color, and now you can drag and trace the letter A. And you can pick a different color, and it changes. You do that with all the colors. Now we can do that with the letter F too. Change the color. There we go. So to make this app, we start with global variables that track the current scene and the current color. This will change as we click buttons and change screens. Next, we have the con class, button class with a constructor function that changes the X, Y, width, height values and the label. Then we have added a color property, and we have also added a method that changes the color. Okay. We have an already built-in method that draws the actual button that we see here using the parameters. Next, we have another method that checks if the mouse is inside the button, and this will be used in the next method, which will check if the button is clicked. It will give a true or false statement. So when it's clicked, it goes to the next screen. Here we have an instance of the start button, which is this button right here. As you can see, when it's clicked, it changes the current scene to 1. And when that current scene to 1 is changed, there's a function down here that checks when the mouse is clicked. If it's clicked and the current scene is 0, it enables these buttons to be clicked. When this is clicked, the scene changes to 1. And if the scene changes to 1, then letter A, which is this scene right here, is drawn. And then all of these buttons are activated. So if we go back to the top, this is the next instance, which is the letter F. And these are the scene buttons. 1, 2, and 3. These are just the different colors. When you click on these colors, what it does is it updates the global variable. So then we can draw the global variable. Okay. Next, we just have the Bitmoji. This draws the parts, the initials, the ears, hair, face, eyes, and then combines it all to control the Bitmoji X, Y, and size. Bitmoji X, Bitmoji Y, and size. Next, we make a function, which is this splash screen that takes the Bitmoji and changes the current scene to 0, which it already is. Just redundant, can be changed. Just change that, take that out. Yeah, so the background is made, the Bitmoji, and all these letters. Next, we have the buttons. Before we draw the buttons, we have to change the color of the button. So here it's red. If it goes after, it'll just be the default color. Next, we have the next screen. So when you click on it, you have this scene. It's called letter A. And when we go to this scene, we track it by changing the current scene to 1. If we change to F, the current scene will be 2. Makes it easier to track where we are. Here, we just have the letter in the background and the 3 buttons. Again, the color is changed before it is drawn. The same thing happens with this function. Next, we have a mouse clicked function that will check when the mouse is clicked. As we can see here, when we're on the splash screen, if the button is clicked, it checks whether the mouse is inside the button. This basically activates those buttons. So once we click on it, what will happen is this start button right here will change to scene 1. Once it changed to scene 1, then the next screen will show. Okay, this happens for the second as well. Here the other buttons are activated as well. And last we have a mouse drag function that just drags, draws an ellipse, which looks like it's being traced, using the color used on the global variable up top. And if we want to change the color, we just